thought I would say this, but Ben is quite charming in Spanish. He doesn't know how to say much, but every now and then when we have, I don't know, when we have a Spanish cashier or whatever, he always throws out 2 words of Spanish and they always smile. I'm going to have to give him that. That kind of works for him. Okay.
Muspelhiem is the map for game number 2. Vibe versus Thorzain. Right now, Vibe leading after some nice roach drop play. I love it.
Man, Vibe just played absolutely fantastic. Might be slightly exaggerating, but he played so damn solid on Ohana.
It was smart. It was solid. It was smart.
Didn't do anything wrong. Got perhaps a little bit unfortunate with the first scout, but he didn't just scout one time and then thought, okay, this is how it is.
Yep.
Now I have it all figured out. No, he kept active, and that's why he was able to see more. Definitely a couple of beauty mistakes on the side of Thorzain. All those links in his main base, giving away his entire attack. Also that Overlord just hovering over all those factories for a long time. That's not the type of play that we expect from, without a doubt, one of the best Terrans in Europe.
You are, of course, exactly right, Kevin. One has to answer the question, or ask the question.
What is the question?
Cursed?
I don't think so. Thorzain has been damn successful so far. But you know what people say? They say they always win one of their first tournaments on the EG tech, and after that, that's when the curse kicks in. I don't know, Ben. I don't believe in EG curse.
I love Twitter. I've got so many other submissions for rhyming cities. I like this one. From NYC to Miami. That one's cool, man.
It is pretty cool. It's two cool cities. I've still never been to Miami. It makes me kind of sad. I would love to go to Miami one day. And then I will sing, like, I will walk over the beach and sing Will Smith songs. And welcome to Miami. Finito, Miami. It's such a good song, man. Made my childhood. You know, Will Smith was the guy
that song made your childhood.
Yes. I don't know. I was a little bit of a Will Smith fan. You know, I also never ever went to the cinemas when I was young.
So you knew, here come the men in black.
Yeah, of course, that one. And also the Wild West. We're going straight to
Wild Wild West.
Wild West. Yeah, man. You know, like as I said, I almost never went to the movies when I was young. Also, girls never want to go with movies with me. True story, very sad. I tried so many times. After that, I avoided cinemas for like 15 years. This is true,
I think
guys.
you went to a movie for the first time in 15 years, like last week with Leighton.
Yeah, it was great. Don't hate. Just because I have to take a guy to the movies, don't hate on me. No, actually, like one of the last movies I really went to, and like before I went now with Todd, was The Wild Wild West. Now I don't know how long ago that is, but it's pretty damn long ago.
I used to go to the movies with my aunt all the time. I loved my aunt. She was a really special lady. And we always went and saw just whatever. But one time we made plans to go see a movie. And then one of my good friends from school was like, hey, Ben, you want to go see this movie with me? I was like, yeah, let's go. So we go see the movie. And then, like, later I remembered, oh, no, I was supposed to go see this with my aunt. So I told her, I called her JJ. I was like, JJ, I went and saw this movie without you. She got so mad at me. She was like, I'm never going to go see a movie with you again. And I was like devastated. I ran home and cried to my mom. I was like, Mama, JJ's never going to see a movie with me.
We see a standard opening from Vibe once more. Just mind the 100 gas ban, and then he put all the workers back to the minerals. Thorzain is opening exactly identical to game number 1 as well. Gets the refinery, the Rex first, then he's going to drop the command center, follows up with the factory, he's going to get the reactor, and he's going to produce Hellions once more. And just taking a look at the design of Muspelhiem, it's going to be a little bit easier for him to perhaps roll in and out of this third base if Vibe goes for a quick third base once more. But we'll see about that.
I also think it's going to be a little bit harder for Thorzain to take and hold a third base, Kevin.
I think it's incredibly hard for both Protoss, and I was so impressed with how Naniwa played against Zinio on this map, because I felt that Naniwa did everything like quite safe. But I feel that this, like, I haven't played a lot on Muspelhiem myself, guys, I have to admit. As I said before, I've been playing mostly hard with this farm lately. I'm trying to get really good at the game before it gets released. But I've seen quite a few games in this. It seemed like a really tough map for both Terran and Protoss to secure 3 bases. It does seem like a very fun map for Protoss versus Terran, in my opinion, because it really allows a lot of dropping abilities, Warp Prism play, and whatnot. Like, look at all this dead space behind this natural mineral. And you can always have a Warp Prism over here and keep warping in stuff, or dropping High Templar, Storm, and then just hide it in the corner. You can do a lot of cool stuff on this map.
I like this map. I like the layout of the map, and I think it makes for some pretty cool, exciting gameplay. I do worry a little bit that Thorzain's choice of builds might work against him here. He is going to go Banshee this time, though, Kevin, and I like that addition. He's
going to have to micro his Hellions a little bit better than he did on Ohana, though, and so far he's doing that exactly. Picked off quite a few links, barely took any damage on the Hellions.
Yep, Vibe made that same small little Zergling swell, and this time Thorzain handling it a little bit better. Third base already down for Vibe, third command center, third orbital even already done for Thorzain. So both these players definitely in good position to play big macro. Double Evo chamber this time for Vibe, so he might be wanting to play Infestor Ling here.
And double eBay going down for Thorzain, Ben. So I would be very surprised if we see 5 factories going down once more. As double eBay obviously suggests heavy bio play out of Thorzain.
Maybe he just wants to research building armor twice.
That would make Retorb happy, right?
Yeah, I like that Thorzain is able to open the exact same and have such a different mid game. It's really important that your gameplay has that kind of depth. Vibe does not seem like he's going to be too fooled though, as he's getting Zergling upgrades, which is really quite strong against bioplay. So
yeah, and not just that, Ben. He gets excellent scouts off as well. He sacrificed one overlord over here. Saw the additional command center in the main base of Thorzain. With the other overlord, he scouted both engineering base. He saw this Rex going down as well. He has a pretty damn good idea of what he's going to face. So I wouldn't be surprised at all, Ben, if we see the infestation pit going down this time.
Banshee with no cloak getting repelled in that third base pretty easily. Yeah, I think it is going to be Infestors almost certainly, Kev. I don't think I've ever really known Vibe to play Mutas. Have you ever seen Vibe play Muta?
I'm sure I've seen it somewhere down the road, but I can't recall a game where he played Muta. Maybe in ZVZ he plays, he mostly Roach, Infestor as well.
Yeah, interesting.
Maybe he hates Mutas. Vibe hates Mutas!
Every time we talk about Mutas, all I can think of is Sokka.
Muta!
It's Muta!
For people who don't know this story, once upon a time I did a pretty good cast, I think. I don't know which event it was anymore. It was somewhere in Germany. And I spoke with Hazovs after the cast. I was like, hey Hazo, what did you think about the cast today? He's like, yeah, actually I thought it was really good. You said a lot of interesting stuff. And he said, no, it was good. And then Soccer came in, he's like, it was not bad, but please stop saying Muta, it's Muta! I can't listen to it anymore. I was like, wow, Soccer, where does all this anger came from? So I've never, and then like Dennis looked at me, Dennis is like, is he trolling you right now? Is he for real? Dennis of course being Hazovs. And then Zoka's like, no, I'm serious. It's Muta. I was like, well, I'm sorry, Zoka.
Zoka, the least mad person ever. You can call him at 5 o'clock in the morning. He's just like, oh, hi, how are you?
But if you say Muta instead of Muta.
It's Muta!
Fourth command center going up for Thorzain, man. Well, we did see the infestation pit going down. 13 creep tumors now at once, morphing on the map for Vibe. Vibe who's also on a steady 75 drone economy. Ben, Vibe is playing this so well. He's having an excellent read on the game. Right now he's going to see these Hellions cruising in. He does still have 23 links on the map. Where are those?
Vibe made so many queens. He's got 6 queens out. I love it. And everything is just going great for him.
He has good map vision as well, man.
Yeah, has total map vision. I'm not controlling this top Zolnaga tower, but certainly sees everything on his side of the map.
And that's really all that matters. Only over here on the left side, it could somebody could sneak through, but he does still have that Overlord hovering around over here. So maybe if he moves it a little bit to the left.
We still haven't seen anybody break the creep tumor record that was set by, I think it was Rhett, right?
It's
27 tumors?
Or 27?
Yeah.
On Antigua Shipyard back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game. It was against either Thorzain or the Muslim, right?
Most creep tumors ever.
5 infestors are on the way right now, Ben, while 2 upgrades are going down for Vibe as well. Vibe, of course, representing Team Root. Vibe, one of the guys that we are going to have over here for the Root Battle Royale, the ultimate Root Battle Royale next weekend here in Southern California. We're going to fly in Vibe Major, TT1 and Cats. They're going to play a $4,000 Heart of the Swarm tournament. Ben, I can't wait to cast it. I can't wait to hang out with the guys.
It's going to be so much fun. Of course, there's some of the most outspoken and fun personalities in esports and some of the best players as well. We do see Thorzain making a push into the middle of the map, takes control of this Zolnaga tower once again, and is going to scan and ruin all of Vibe's hard work.
10 Banelings morphing right now. 2 upgrades are not ready yet for Vibe. They're going to finish up a little bit quicker for Thorzain.
Vibe. Little transfusion action going down. Hellions trying to dance around on the other side of this push. Maybe you're looking for an opening to do a little bit of economic damage.
Trying to keep a close eye on these Hellions because they don't want to miss them, but so far they are not really doing all that much. Thorzain is dropping 2 more command centers right now, Ben. Look at these Marines, they're lined up. Look up! Sir, I'm ready for combat. Are you sure you're ready?
Vibe's going to try and make something happen here. He's got some infestors coming forward, but messing up the control a little bit. Doesn't drop the infested Terrans at the right time. Now they go down, and that's going to absorb a tank shot, and here comes Vibe. Zerglings will make very short work of the siege tanks.
Well, this is a great engagement for Vibe once more. Thorzain stimming away with as many Marines as possible. There was the burrowed infested, by the way, that Ben was talking about. Oh, this is still a lot of Marines, I mean a lot of Zerglings over here. I guess with the siege tanks eventually Thorzain will be fine, but...
+2 not quite done yet, but these Lings still very strong with just 1-1. Thorzain forced to lift, and he's in a lot of trouble all of a sudden, Kev.
These Hellions are trapped as well, but they are killing a ton of Zerglings over here. But he is taking massive amounts of damage. The Banelings rolling in, killing so many SCVs. But Vibe is losing a lot of
terribly
units here too.
miscontrolled the Infestors, losing all of the Infestors with that push. Kills a ton of SCVs. I think Vibe's still going to be in an okay position, but that was awfully sloppy there with the Infestors. Still, he's done so much damage, killing 17 SCVs, taking out basically all of Thorzain's first army.
More Lings making their way towards the north side of this map. Vibe immediately starting 3-3 upgrade. Same goes for Thorzain. I don't think this is a great engagement, Vibe. Yes, he does have quite a few Lings, but there's enough Marines and a couple of siege tanks over here as well. We have a lot of command centers on the map right now for Thorzain though, so losing those SCVs, I don't think that's necessarily the end of the world.
Yeah, he's okay, man. He's got these orbitals. He's got a lot of mules. He's certainly not hurting for income. But I do like the maneuvering that Vibe has been doing. His Ultralisk Cavern's done. He can make well, about 2 Ultras right now.
He can probably max out on Ultras, which is going to give him 2 Ultras.
Big push coming from Thorzain down the left side of the map. Vibe doesn't have that much army out right now, Kevin, and I don't really know where it is. It's just all Lings, a couple of Banelings.
Well, if the Fungals do land, if the tanks are on siege, Vibe, if you want to do it, you're probably going to have to do it immediately. Marines do get Fungled. Nice surround on the tanks. Is it going to be enough?
Okay engagement for Vibe, but Thorzain...
Wow, those tanks survive.
Yeah, keeps his tanks all alive and keeps enough Marines alive to chase away the leftover Zerglings. Here are some Infestors for Vibe, which may in fact mean the end of this push, but I do think he's going to lose this bottom left expansion in the meantime. Thorzain, while this is happening, is expanding again, or trying to at least. There's a single Zergling burrowed beneath this command center. That's a little bit annoying.
Gonna have a small counter towards the north side of this map. A big group of Lings. One group is small, but the reinforcements are quite big. 5 Ultras right now on the wayban, and there's not a single Marauder on the field. That has to be scary if you play Terran.
Ultra's going to be really strong against the tanks and just really good at absorbing damage from those Marines. Those Ultras are going to have 5 armor when they pop out, Kev.
4 Marauders are in production right now, and those are, I believe, the first Marauders. Yes, those are exactly the first Marauders for Thorzain. Ooh, Vibe has to be careful. There are so many Marines still active on the map for Thorzain. Thorzain also left 1 siege tank in disguise, the ambush siege tank.
Can that tank even see anything?
No, I don't think this tank...
He's got, like, no vision.
Yeah, and like by the time that Zerglings...
Like, he really can't see anything.
If by the time that Zerglings get close to the tank, he can't detect them anymore.
Bad luck Billy, the siege tank driver. Billy, who let you in a siege tank?
Billy, you can't even handle a rifle. Don't take the siege tank.
Guys, I got this. Day 3 on Zerg Creep. They still haven't discovered my presence.
I'm covered in leaves.
Active camouflage engaged. Yeah, it's like Arnold and Predator. He covers himself in creep so he's invisible to the Zerg forces.
Vibe is going to move forward once more with an Infestor, but there are missile turrets over here for Thorzain, so he's going to have to be very careful. Oh, another missile turret going up over here for Thorzain.
Oh, scan goes down and Billy takes a shot at some creep tumors.
Billy. We're supposed to be low profile.
But here comes Vibe, and with Billy out of position and the rest of Thorzain's army not really being built to deal with this kind of Ultralisk numbers, I think it's kind of all over. Queen's here to offer transfusion. Looks like a little pause had to go down for Thorzain as Vibe just kind of crushes right through everything.
Thorzain's going to lose all these medevacs as well, and if Vibe just renews these Fungals, that was an absolutely terrible fight for Thorzain. Now Billy's going to be forced to fight as well. Just way too many Ultras. The Marauder count was low. Great engagement for Vibe, but it felt like it didn't really matter how he was going to engage that, as his numbers were just too good for, or too much for Thorzain to deal with.
Billy's going to get lifted up into the medevac, so for the first time ever, Billy may live to see the end of a game. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be a winning game as Vibe is maxing out. And oh no, don't drop Billy, Thorzain. It would not end well for anybody.
6 Corruptors are on the way for Vibe now as well, but as the Great Aspire is morphing. Really great game by Vibe once more. I love how active he is with these infested Terrans.
Yeah, he does a really great job just using these infested Terrans to absorb.
This is a side effect of being on Team Root, I think.
all the root Zergs do it exceptionally well. I don't really know who started it, but I think Destiny and Cats are best known for this kind of maneuvers. Nice job by Thorzain, just keeping the wall up, getting a few Ling kills. He's trying to buy himself the time he needs to come back here.
I'm just worried, man, about the economy of Thorzain, as he's been mining heavily of these 3 bases for a very long time, and after losing his 4th base over here, he's going to drop all the mules, and if you take a look at these mineral patches, he's going to mine those out at rapid speed.
Yeah, I think
the good old first world problems for Terran. I mine too many minerals. I don't have any left.
Here we see Vibe just on the move once again. He's going to catch Thorzain a little bit on siege, but doesn't want to fight at this exact moment. A little surprised that he's not making any banelings to supplement this army. I guess he just wants to save all the gas for Broodlords, and that is in fact the case. Thorzain now sees this happening, immediately starts up 4 Vikings. Which, I mean, he's going to need those Vikings, but man, this is still going to be a very, very difficult defense.
I would like to say great scan there by Thorzain, as it of course was a great scan. He saw the entire army and also saw these Broodlords morph. But is it really going to make a difference? The only thing that's working for Thorzain, man, is he is already working on +2 for those Vikings. I really like that, thinking well ahead of what is eventually going to come for him. But he needs to secure this 4th base. It's going to be so crucial. This is actually starting to become a really scary Terran army, though, as he's maxed out right now. He's going to have 4 more Vikings soon. So he's going to have 8 Vikings to deal with 6 Broodlords. Do you think it's... Wow, this is actually a terrifying Terran army.
It's a huge Terran army. It's really quite poor for dealing with Broodlords. How much damage can these Broodlords do before the Vikings kill him? He's probably going to try to force these tanks to unsiege and then run in with everything else. If the tanks don't unsiege, they're going to do a lot of damage to the Terran units. Every Broodlord will die. Now here comes Vibe with the real brunt of his army. Ultralisk, Zerglings, and Infestors. Oh my, Queen's doing very little in terms of using their energy. And Thorzain might actually hold here. Unbelievably, he does push Vibe back, at least for the time being.
That was fantastic positioning, of course, by Thorzain. He has quite a few Marauders on the field now as well. He kept most of those Marauders alive, picks up those 2 remaining Infestors as well. Thorzain really starting to stabilize, but still, Ben, he's basically mining off 1 base right now.
And this is where Zerg is strongest, Kev, this ability to quickly switch between techs. Thorzain has 8 Vikings out on the map right now, and they're going to be absolutely useless against this Ultralisk Zergling Remax. Now, he is still producing siege tanks and Marauders. He's going to need those tanks and Marauders, but this next hold is going to be even harder than the last.
Thorzain has to be so careful. He was flying around with 4 Medivacs. A lot of Lings right now streaming in. This is, of course, a planetary Ferters, man. Do you think this is a good idea for Vibe?
I don't know, Kev.
Yes, it is going to be a good idea.
Wow, that planetary going down so fast to those fully upgraded Lings and Ultras.
Wow. I was surprised how quick that went. Thorzain perhaps should have tried to repair it
There's only one explanation. Those Zerglings must have adrenal glands.
Do you think they do? They must have it.
They definitely have adrenal glands. More Lings, more Infestors on the way, and those Ultras did finally hatch. Thorzain is out of mining bases, Kevin. If we look at the income tab, we can see not much coming in for the Terran player. He does land that existing orbital from his main back down in this new expand. Now it's going to spike up once more from 500 minerals a minute to 1,000, 1,500. 1,700. Still we have more movement out on the map as those mules get back to work recharging the coffers of Thorzain.
This is really what Thorzain needs. If Vibe is going to give Thorzain a minute or 3, it's going to get a lot more scary for him. We see Seeker Missile, Ravens being added as well, and even researching the energy upgrade, I believe. That's an upgrade we don't see all that often.
What is that upgrade even called? Corvid Reactor. Interesting. I got to say the new Raven, or not even the new Raven, but the existing Heart of the Swarm Raven is very impressive, very strong. And I'm excited to see more Raven play. I do think it's one of the stronger spellcasters in the game, and I'm surprised that we haven't seen more of it.
I think over the last few months, certainly after IEM, Raven play has become really successful, or at least popular in a certain phase of the game. It's just very expensive for Terran to get there. But on maps like Metropolis, it's quite standard to see Ravens these days. I'm sure you know all about that as a Zerg player.
Best map in the map pool, Kev.
No, that's Crevasse.
You are the only person in the world that likes Crevasse.
No, I am sure that there is someone watching right now who truly enjoyed Crevasse as well and misses Crevasse. You know Crevasse? I feel that Crevasse never had a chance. Nobody ever gave Crevasse a fair chance.
It's like saying I feel like Steps of War never had a chance.
Steps of War has been in the map pool for 8 months, man. Steps of War had more than a chance. Steps of War is like the mistake, the girlfriend that cheated 3 times on you and you still gave her another chance. That was Steps of War. But Crevasse was like this girl that you friend zoned, who had so much potential, but you never gave her a chance.
It's like that kind of chubby girl that's not really that pretty, but she's
no, it's
got
not
a really
about
great personality.
Crevasse looks great, man. Crevasse never had a chance. I'm sure that there are people out there who feel that Crevasse had potential. I'm one of them. 5 Broodlords banned, 7 Ultras, and 9 Infestors, 83 Links as well. God, that's just a terrifying Zerg army. Thorzain is positioned quite well once more. Point Defense Drone are going down.
And these Broodlords not getting a whole lot done. Here comes Vibe. He's just going to attack right straight into the army of Thorzain.
God, what is happening?
Is there possible that Vibe has enough? He's here, a couple of Baneling connections, Ultralisks with Fungal and Queen Transfusion doing some pretty substantial damage. Vibe still sitting on top of a supply lead. More Transfuse going down, more Fungal going down. And somehow, some way, these Ultras just keep on going.
Everything died on the ground for Thorzain. All that remains is feel like flying units. Now the Vikings are landing as well. Fungal Grove is going down. 4 or 5 Vikings die immediately. 1 Hero Marauder stims in, but not gonna be enough.
GG is called. Thorzain taps out, and Vibe with the quick 2-0. Well, maybe not quick, but the convincing 2-0 victory, playing a couple of great games against Thorzain.